Hey, what's good with you? What's good with you? It's your boy Woods 501, aka Dat Crackle. Bitch, I'm back in it. Ugh. How we doing? How we doing? Get you a little closer. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down. Close up shit crazy, boy. We're gonna be reacting. I know you've seen it in the title. We're gonna be reacting to Triple T's live about the whole Ryan Upchurch, Kylie Rodney shit. I didn't want to put her name in the title or nothing, so respect. R.I.P. to her. We're gonna share it. Right there. There it is. Triple T up in the building. Shout out to my dog Triple T. Man, bringing country rap news to every aspect of YouTube. Here we go. See what Triple T's got to say about the situation as well.
I'm not even gonna take a chance. I have to go back and watch that. So we're just gonna skip that and jump straight up in it. As soon as I hear a gun bar, that gets me paranoid. And it's sad it has to be like that. But these fucking weirdos out here who wants to be little bitches and report everything you do, you have to watch your P's and Q's. But here we go. Sit back, relax, strap your boots on, get your popcorn out. We got the Kylie Rodney lawyer on panel being interviewed by Chad Offbeat and his wife Chelsea. Let's get it. Is that Kylie?
Yeah, that's
her,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
I've never heard her voice. This is the first time I ever heard what she sounds like. And she can play the daggone guitar. Shit, that's more than Ryan Upchurch can do.
They were doing roundups.
Yeah, let's take them. Yeah, let's do that.
You guys. Yeah, can we take a moment? Yeah.
Like, oh my God. Like, wow. It's the most. Girl, that's so sad.
You guys, let's put a prayer out for Kylie and for Kylie's family, please, right now. There's over 1,000 people in chat as a collective, whatever you believe in. Ryan, do you want to lead us in a quick prayer?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
how sad.
May we pray for Kylie's family, Kylie's friends. And I want to say that nobody should really be doing anything about this now. There really shouldn't be anything put anywhere that's going to make our mom even more devastated than she's already going to be. I hope
I
everybody
never
can heal
heard
from this.
from
And I
upchurch.
hope everybody can watch the community of Truckee and be a little bit more careful and be aware of y'all surroundings so this don't happen to anybody else, and no other mom has to go to sleep with their daughter not in the house with them.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I never heard that.
I didn't
T.
know he did that.
I didn't either. I never heard it.
He actually prayed?
I did not hear
For
that. I never
Kylie.
heard that. He must have been on some panel.
And
I
asking
never heard.
prayers for the mom? That's crazy. So why would you, if you're willing to pray for her and pray for the family, then why would you continue to say all the stupid shit that you said after she was found?
That's crazy.
That's mind blowing. I did not know he did that.
I didn't either.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ryan.
So remember that stupid bullshit ass fucking family, the Rodneys,
Oh my
with
God.
their fucking mysteriously CGI fucking daughter, Kylie Rodney. How dare you talk about Kylie Rodney? Shut the fuck up. The person ain't even fucking real.
Ah, he's a fucking moron. A fucking
$18 million
moron.
to prove he's a moron. Holy shit.
Karma is real, folks.
For real. 100%.
And right now, karma's biting his ass.
Kill it.
These motherfuckers dragging people into goddamn court, making us hardworking motherfuckers spend millions of dollars. Not no more. Because guess what, fellas?
Oh, yeah, he did say that in the deposition.
Yeah.
It's still mind blowing. Still mind blowing.
The ball's in my court now, and, well, the case is continued indefinitely.
No, it was not.
Buddy. Do you know what indefinitely means? Look it up. It means I have unlimited time to not do shit. Thank you to our American government that's fixing shit. Continued indefinitely.
Says Kylie's mother's name is Lindsay Rodney Newman, who is a local businessman, and her father, Daniel Rodney, is a popular entrepreneur as well. Kylie has a brother who is Emily Public. Categorized under the handyman services, current estimate show this company has an annual revenue of 1 to 2.5 million, and employees and staff approximately 1 to 4. Oh, so he's making bank. Okay.
She was put in there, and some of the people that we might have seen on the news were involved with it.
Damn, David Robertson. So that's the grandfather, right? Or was that the dad? Said Ryan Upchurch, please stop. You are hurting my family. Kylie's grandpa, Robertson. Yeah, that's her grandfather. So even the grandfather messaged him and asked him to stop.
Just keep your eye on people like myself. Keep your eye on me and watch what I'm about to go through in the next few months, and you'll see who the fuck is corrupt around Nashville, fucking Tennessee. I have spent.
We all watched what happened, bro, and you are train wrecking for the whole world to see, and you filming it in 4K, like in like 85 fucking Instagram reels a fucking day. Shit's crazy. The lawyers had an easy case, bro. He put all his evidence on the internet. Wow.
I don't give a fuck. I have freedom of speech. I can say whatever the fuck I want to. And anybody that don't fucking back me up on this, then fuck you. You're a fucking piece of shit anyways. You're not American as me. So
there's a big difference. Freedom of speech and defamation, dumbass. What you did was slander and defamation.
Facts.
What you did had nothing to do with freedom of speech. Okay? And freedom of speech.
You mean to tell me I've spent $1.6 million on a court case that ain't even went to court yet? Because why? Because I think I don't know if somebody's a real person or not, because I don't believe they're a real person. It don't matter. I've never fucking met this person. I've never seen him in real life. There ain't no media's
lost that bitch out there. I just ran through the fuck.
Ask yourself this.
Sorry about that. I don't know what the fuck happened. Share screen.
Forbid if it was his daughter and somebody did what he was doing, he'd be the first one to get on the fucking internet and be screaming at the top of his lungs that they need to be canceled. They need to get somebody to put hands on them. He would be doing
Suing
all the
them.
crazy shit trying to get to that person. And you know I'm telling the truth.
Triple T.
So no, I don't feel sorry for
Facts.
him. Because he should have took the fucking offer on May 11th. May 11th, which was a Monday. They said, look, we'll settle out of corporate 500,000.
He should took that.
500,000.
That's what I said.
I love that right there. A Nashville YouTube star.
Here we go.
Damn. The media don't even consider you an artist. They call you a YouTuber.
That's what he wants to be anyway.
And caused emotional distress. He was ordered to pay $18 million.
Let that sit in. $18 million, bro. That shit is crazy.
The Rodney family's attorney sent us a statement, quote, "This verdict stands as a powerful reminder that using a massive online platform to spread false claims about a
I don't know what the fuck's going on my internet. I got the best internet you can goddamn get. Not because I fucked up this cable or something, but
grieving family has real consequences. Now the family can finally move forward in peace and focus on what matters most, honoring the memory of Kylie Rodney."
What's going on? It's Chad and Chelsea Offbeat. We're here with Chris Smith from DRS Law. How are you doing today, sir?
Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you good. Can you hear us?
Okay, good. Yeah.
All right, and let me pull up this thing right here. And yeah, so thank you for taking some time with us. We really appreciate it. I think we'll get cracking because I know you don't have a whole lot of time, so I want to cover as much things as we can and that sort of thing. And I think Chelsea has a great one to start with for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to recalibrate after watching everything because it makes me so mad. But I think the thing about seeing that, and then I saw somebody ask, he's been going around, we call him Jerry over here. He's been going around saying this verdict isn't real.
That doesn't surprise me.
Hey, Carrie, I appreciate you subbing up to the channel because you can't comment unless you're a subscriber. So I appreciate that. Yeah, we are talking about Upchurch tonight because he's in the news. This is part of the news. The Rodney family's lawyer came on Chad's channel and they interviewed him. So yeah, we are going to cover it. But I appreciate you coming in and give us a view. And I appreciate you for subscribing to the channel.
I would assume it's very much so.
Hey, Carrie, I do have a question for you. If your daughter, God forbid, something happened to your daughter, and Ryan Upchurch got online and said all the shit that he said about Kylie Rodney about your daughter, how would you feel?
So real.
Oh yeah, well it's definitely real. It's a public record. There's liens against his homes in Cheatham County. Anyone can go pull those records. But when the lawsuit was filed, he said that wasn't real. So and at one point he said he had won the lawsuit, and I asked him about that at his deposition. He said he was just trolling. So he's trolling, I guess.
And I know you've probably been asked this before.
You're right, David Jones. I'm not a YouTube star. I'm nothing. But Ryan Upchurch, he claims to be the best of the best. He claims to be the almighty. And he's just been knocked down to just a straight old YouTuber. They don't even acknowledge him as an artist. That is funny.
Of course, this has happened inside of is this one of the most kind of out there cases? I'm trying to think of the right way to word it that you've ever worked on, or?
Yeah. Yes, is the short answer. And it was that way before the trial because this whole world, like what we're doing right now, I think I was on Down the Rabbit Hole News and her channel, And I said, before this lawsuit, I didn't even really know what a YouTube Live was. I've obviously spent, hours and hours and hours watching all those old lives from back in 2022. But just the way that this trial kept going, this case kept going.
Hey, Dan, if you start foaming at the mouth, you might want to start sticking your finger down your throat and throwing up and get to the emergency room. Just saying.
And then what happened at trial with Ryan Upchurch showing up and continuing to say that Kylie Rodney isn't real was one of the most surreal days of my legal career. Absolutely. It was a very bizarre day.
So with that being said, and so we showed some of the exhibits for the opening video, and his whole basis of this was Kylie wasn't real, and all of the things he said. So at any point in time in this process, did he ever retract or correct or apologize for the statements at issue?
No, he never did. There's an interesting exhibit where some point in September of 2022, he went on a creator channel, Zav Girl.
No comment, Carrie, about if the roles were reversed and it was your daughter? No comment? Okay, that's what I thought.
The same one where he said that initial prayer that you played. And then after he said that Kylie wasn't real, he then admitted that she was. And that was kind of, he had been on both sides of that. But then once the lawsuit started, not only did he never retract or apologize, but he even like doubled, I would say tripled down. Like the last video or one of the later clips you played where he starts saying that the Rodneys made Kylie Rodney using CGI or AI on the internet. Those are recent videos. And those are, from the fall of 2025, 3 years after the event. So those are like new claims that he's making that are even crazier than the.
That's a good idea, Stephanie and Jess from South Carolina. I will definitely reach out to Tater once we get the transcript and see if he's willing to do that. Because I think it would be funny because Tater's a funny dude. I would definitely do that.
Claims that he started with, which is that, this is a scam. He actually didn't ever accuse the family of creating her on the internet using AI. That claim came, more recently. So not only did he not retract, to your question, but he made even more inflammatory false statements, even on the eve of trial.
One thing someone had sent me recently, Chris, was a video basically of him saying,
"That's a good point, Zen. Why did he put the Hellcat up if she wasn't real? Doesn't make any sense."
That he was going to appeal the process. So my question is, what does that look like? I mean, how does he appeal? Does he have to have, because I've heard several things about you've got to have like that amount up in cash or a portion in cash or.
Well, so based on our research, he doesn't necessarily have to post a bond to appeal. The posting of the bond would prevent us from enforcing the judgment. For example, garnishing his streaming royalties. Or taking other actions against his other assets. If he posts a bond, it basically stays the enforcement of the judgment. So in theory, he can just appeal and we could start trying to collect. If he posts a bond, then that would prevent us from doing those things while the case is pending in the appellate court. In order to post the bond, I'm not totally clear on the amount. I think it would have to be at least 10%. So 1.8 million, 10% of 18, probably a little bit more because there's the idea of posting. So, he'd have to come up with roughly $8 to, pledge against his appeal.
So is that
if he wanted to prevent us from enforcing the judgment?
Yeah. So is that escrowed?
Yeah, I think so. It could be held somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be mindful of people asking questions that, because so many people have so many questions about this. Yeah. I do see that our friend Zanime is in here. I do see that Mr. David Robertson is in here. Thank you, sir, for your time as well.
Hi, David.
So we did have.
By the way, I don't know if you knew this or maybe you put it together, but in that opening clip of Kylie playing the guitar, that's
him
David
playing
on the
the
bass.
upright bass. Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes. And I just want to say something about that. I know we have a lot of questions, but I do have more time because it's the evening now and I'm at home, I'm not working. So that's a song called Mama's Opry, which was a very surreal thing to me because that was one of Kylie's favorite songs, and it's about the Ryman Auditorium, the Opry in Nashville. And it was such a surreal connection to Nashville. I just thought I'd mention that. And it's if you go and look up those lyrics, I think it's Iris Dement. Do I have that right? David will tell you in the comments, the original singer. But it's a very apropos song because it's about, this grandmother or mother who, is like, I think she's doing the laundry or, hanging clothes on a clothesline, dreaming about playing the Opry that she never gets to play. And very fitting for Kylie singing about the Opry that she never got to see. I just thought that was such a surreal connection to this case in this city. So anyway.
Mr. Tennessee, you're absolutely right. None of this does make sense. He did have the whole world in his hand and he pissed it away. To be that talented and make that much money that he's made over the last 10 years and just pissed it all away because he wanted to get on the fucking internet, blissed out of his mind, and say the most outlandish things about a dead child is fucking crazy. That's why it blows my mind how Creek Squad can still set it up here and defend him and defend his actions. It doesn't make any sense. None whatsoever.
It was it's hard to watch, man. And the girl's super talented. It was really, when I saw that the first time, I think it was on Down the Rabbit Hole. They had shared it. And literally, if you're not brought to almost tears, then it was powerful. That's about the best way.
Yeah, when we got to play it for the jury because Ryan Upchurch said Kylie Rodney isn't real. And it was like, well, Your Honor, I think we should be able to play a video of Kylie Rodney because that's one of the things he says. Show me videos of this person. Okay, there's a lot of proof.
Show me videos, show me birth certificates, and we did watch your Down the Rabbit Hole interview, and you said you didn't have the birth certificate, and it just seemed like nothing was ever good enough. Like there was no point of either realization or no point of him saying, what, enough is enough. So you did provide those things.
Yeah. Well, that was part of the clip. That was a clip from the live where he said something like, "Oh, all you got to do is show a birth certificate." And so we played that clip and then showed him the birth certificate. And then he tried to tell me that the birth certificate wasn't real or there was a flaw in the document or something. And it was all downhill.
Was there an audible gasp in the courtroom when that was said?
I don't know because I was so lasered in on what I had to do, cross-examining him. But my brothers who were attorneys in our firm were at the counsel table, and they would later tell me what they observed from the jury. There was one point during his direct exam where he starts talking about how part of the reason that he didn't think Kylie was real was because the rims on the Honda CR-V didn't match up. And apparently one juror visibly rolled their eyes at that. I didn't see it, but that's what my brother told me. So, audible gasps, I don't know. But there were definitely reactions that you could perceive for sure.
And that happens a lot because through our extensive experience with him, unfortunately, it will be the smallest thing that he chooses to fixate on. For example, he and Chad were in an argument or something, and Chad had said, I don't know, dude, sound the alarm, call the cops. He's like, sound the alarm. What do you mean? Just hyper focused in on those little things that have no relevance.
Yeah.
So I think that just that train of thought was probably huge in the way he went into this, and it's so irrelevant. I feel like all of it was so preventable, and it was such a waste of time. And here we are 2026 and Kylie passed 3 years ago. I just hope that there's some peace that comes out of this finally, or something good that comes out of this finally.
Is how many doesn't make sense to me. Everybody to the point where everything they said was gospel. It's just wild because we've experienced it firsthand too.
Yeah.
People coming by your home, doxing your number, your address.
Yeah, that Creek Squad. You know, that was another thing. You know, he had the Creeker tattoo on his neck that he had gotten at some point because he didn't have that tattoo in the videos. You know, that in 2022. And there was some discussion. I think one of my brothers was like, "You need to explain to the jury like what that tattoo is. You know, that it shows Creeker because it connects to Creek Squad." Because he had this whole thing about, you know, there's no official membership card to the Creek Squad. Like, it's not an official thing. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, I'm not going to explain this tattoo. The jury is going to figure it out. You know, they're going to read that. They're going to be like wondering what is that on his neck, and they will get it. You know, but to your thing, I mean, yeah, I think that there's an identity that gets, you know, he's a cultural figure to them. You know, I think a large part of his appeal is that he's like so much more extreme than any other person. You know, and he'll cross lines that no one else will cross, and that you know, people view him as a kind of hero figure to them. I mean, I don't know. This is well beyond the realm of my expertise. You know, I'm a lawyer, not a psychoanalyst. But you know, that's just kind of because I've seen those comments too. You know, and I've obviously a big part of the case was that those people came after Daniel Rodney and David Robertson, and you know, believed that Kylie Rodney wasn't real, believed that Callie Ross was Kylie Rodney, came after Callie Ross. I mean, you know, that this had a real world impact for sure. Mm-hmm. Because of his, I don't know what you call it, charisma, aura, whatever, you know, but the worship status that his fan base has for him.
Well, a lot of cult leaders and serial killers and people like that had charisma as well. So that's kind of a...
Well, in a short, this is a long video. We're going to have to do another reaction to this. Triple T's been watching it, so we're going to get back in it. I hope Triple T sends me the link tonight, and I'll get on there, his channel. We're going to do some shit probably. So until next time, man, it's your boy Woods 501, and I am that cracker. Y'all have a good day. I'm out of here.